Hey guys, GSP on GSP Talk Sports here. We're talking World Cup qualification once again. Trinidad versus Jamaica. It's do or die time. Yeah, Trinidad versus Jamaica in what is the final round of World Cup qualification. Well, final round for automatic qualification, and to see who's out of the three groups will be qualifying for the intercontinental playoff. Yeah, which is going to be really, really tough. That is March next year. Six teams playing for two spots. So, yeah, Bolivia and possibly like uh, Nigeria, Cameroon, those sort of teams. So, it's not no Bahrain easy kind of game. So, this Trinidad and Tobago versus Jamaica is a must win. Well, we have Jamaica on Thursday, and then following Tuesday, we have Bermuda. So, uh, we would have gone through all these scenarios in terms of how Trinidad and Tobago could still qualify. And it basically boils down to we drop points. I kept saying we drop points against Curacao home and away. Those four, well, we had two draws with them. So those four extra points, we could have been on 9 points. We are on 5 right now. Would have done us really good. We'd have been more or less in the driver's seat. Right now, as the table stands, Jamaica is in leading the group with 9 points. Curacao second with 8, and Trinidad and Tobago with 5. Bermuda 0. So, had we taken our chances in those two games, we would have been on 9, and a draw or something. We could have, well, hoped to have gotten against Jamaica this time around after the unfortunate loss 2-0. When we would have scored the 3 offside goals and, had numerous other chances, possibly to even get a draw in that one. So we should have been in a better position, but as it is now, we are in this do-or-die game against Jamaica. Trinidad and Tobago ranked 100. We couldn't even get into the top 100. 99 boy. So we ranked 100. Jamaica ranked 68. So, yeah, we have it to do against Jamaica. Trinidad and Tobago coming off the 3-0 win over Bermuda and the 1-1 draw with Curacao away from home. And basically, to go through some stats here before we go through. Actually, we look at the team lineup. So Denzel Smith in goal, more or less, starting from left back Andre Raymond. Centre back Kobe Henry, Josiah Tremenham, and one thing to note: Rio Cardenas he is out injured, right? And so Darren Payne, who would have come on in the game against Curacao, recently drafted in. Most likely he will be the man to be slotted in at right back there. So we have a ready replacement, thank God. In the absence of one of my favorites, Alvin Jones. I know he seems to be out right now. And then moving forward into midfield. So basically, I'm looking at probably a 4-2-3-1, right? Moving into midfield, Daniel Phillips must start. Andre Rampersad must start. I don't know how people have issues with these two guys. To me, they are the guys there for midfield to provide that grit. This Jamaica game, as we would have experienced in Jamaica, is going to be gritty, rough and tumble, hard game. They come hard at us, so we need that metal in midfield. Then on the left wing, I'm looking at Terry Spencer. Kevin Molino, does he start or do we bring him on off the bench? Who do we have there in terms of starting? Well, the other thing to mention too, Molikan is out injured. So Molikan and Rio Cardenas out injured. And yeah, who do you bring in to replace Molikan? Do you start Kevin Molino or do you bring him on as an impact sub? Both could points could be argued for, whether you bring him on with about 30 minutes or you play him for about 60 minutes. You know, at his age, the pace of the game with injuries and stuff. One of my favorite players may not be able to finish a full game, so that one is up for debate. On the right hand side, Dante Sealy, more or less, yeah, should be the guy there. And then up front now, we're looking at Levi Garcia, who we've been using as basically number 9, false number 9. But we know he prefers to come in off the right. Do we stick with him as the striker per se, or do we bring in Mr. New Guy, Mr. New York Red Bulls 2, MLS Next Pro guy, Rowan Mitchell? I think it's Rowan Mitchell. 22-year-old, 6'2", out and out striker, lethal. Yeah, do we look to bring him in and put Levi slightly right back to him in midfield? So something to look at. Yeah, basically the team to me more or less kind of picks itself, except for the attacking midfield, where we have possible Kevin Molino in. Well, as we mentioned, Molikan out injured, or who again possibly could get but we have the likes of the Noah Powers, the Stefan Yates, Wayne Frederick. All of them could do a thing. I think Isaiah Lee has been dropped, and Obiko. To bring in, actually, we brought in the Roland Mitchell and young striker from Sawa. Oh, forget the man's name right now. But yeah, so those changes would have been made. Let's move on to some of the stats. So in terms of goals conceded per match, Trinidad and Tobago 1.3 goals conceded per match. We had to try and push for a clean sheet, or try and best as possible. Whether it's 2-1, we had to win or whatever, we had to improve on that, right? Goals per match, we actually have a 2.5 goals per match, because we would have scored a few against Bermuda. XG of 5.9 actually. 7 shots on targets per match, so we had to definitely improve on those shots on target. Lyndon Sween, I forgot the Sawa striker name, Sawa North, and now plays for Sawa Jablate. So he's another young one. Does he get some sort of minutes in this game? Left to be seen as well, right? In the World Cup qualifying Concacaf region, we are 9th in accurate passes, so that is something we need to improve on. 16th in accurate crosses, only 3.5 per game. So definitely need that. We'll be missing Rio Cardenas with his crosses. We know when he progresses off the up the flanks, he does some nice work with his crosses and stuff. Can they run Payne and this really kind of fill that void? Yeah, we hope so. We are 10th in interceptions, 8.1 per game. So need to improve on our interceptions too. Discipline, 3rd highest in yellow cards, 14, right? That as well, I've been calling for our discipline to be improved. We have 1 red card as well in recent qualifying. So a lot of areas for Dwight York and Co to improve on in terms of extra passes, shots on targets, and we know Jamaica will be a handful to be dealt with the likes of their speedy players, especially Cephas and those other guys. So and going through for Jamaica, they are coming off a 2-0 loss to Curacao, and then they had the big 4-0 win over Bermuda. So they're in some better form than us. Right, so right, defense force fullback Isaiah Garcia is in for Cardenas, by the way. And Lindell Sween, replaces Isaiah Lee. So he's out. Yeah, going through the full squad: Jabari Bryce, Denzel Smith, Jabari center here. For keepers, defenders, we have the Isaiah Garcia, Justin Garcia, Kobe Henry, Jaren Jackie, Darren Payne, Andrew Raymond, Josiah Chirmanham. Midfield, Daniel David, Wayne Frederick, Kevin Molino, Daniel Phillips, Noah Power, Andrew Ampersad, and Stefan Yates. And forwards, Kyle Ovre, Levi Garcia, Real Gill, Nathaniel James, Roal Mitchell, Dante Seeley, Tyree Spencer, Lyndon Sween, and Ryan Telfer. Right, so more or less how we supposed to line up. I was saying in terms of midfield, it might be either like Kevin Molino or Nathaniel James. The rest of the team kind of basically picks itself. Dante Seeley or Lyndon Sween left to be seen there. Kobe Henry or Justin Garcia. I think Kobe Henry has more or less kind of cemented his place. And we have a possibility of the Andrew Frederick or Andrew Ampersad, or Wayne Frederick. Andrew Ampersad has to play Daniel Phillips as well instead of Jaren Jackie. And Josiah Garcia could possibly play right back there and being pushed up to the wings, higher up the wings. But I think Darren Payne, based on his recent wasn't much game time, but definitely somebody solid for that right back if Cardini is not there. Looking at the Jamaica squad, they have in goal Blake. Well, looking at the last squad, Lee right back, Pincock center, central defense, King central defense, Lembuske right back, Reed and Hayden in mid. Higher up, we have Cephas, Dixon, and Palmer, and Nicholson up front. Remember, Jamaica leading with a big coach there, McLaren. So we know it's a hard task when you have when you're coming up against that kind of experienced coach. We saw it with Kurosawa as well with Dick Advocat. Things to note with Jamaica as well. They have is Mason Greenwood finally pledging his allegiance to Jamaica. I know for a while the Marseille striker has been courted by Jamaica, and I think he was basically holding out for England call-up, knowing that he played for England. I think under 17, under 18, under 20, those levels, and probably he was waiting, and recently decided that hey, he going to for sure play for Jamaica. So he will be a big difference maker if he does. Well, obviously, if he's on the team, he will start. He had 22 goals for Marseille last season and 9 so far this season. Now, people might argue that French league is not top, whatever, but they are one of the top European leagues. I think either 5th or 6th or thereabout. And on paper, now I'm a Trinidad and Tobago fan. Yes, I want Trinidad and Tobago to win. Obviously, we need to win this match and the Bermuda match. On paper, Jamaica is supposed to be Trinidad and Tobago. Just based on the players they have playing at the level that they are playing at. On paper, Jamaica is supposed to beat us. Now, having said that, football is played on the day. So anything could happen. You don't know which players possibly might have a bad game, a man could get sent off, injuries, different things can happen. So you don't play football on paper. On paper, yes, I will admit Jamaica is a stronger team, but as Trinidad and Tobago has done back in 2018 when we beat USA, we have a good record at home, so we have a good chance at home. But Jamaica, by the way, with the exception of the recent Curacao match, they are better away from home. So we have Trinidad and Tobago with a good home record, Jamaica with a good away record. So that's a big clash there. We left to be seen how that going on pan out. And one thing people missing, I think, is that Jamaica will be playing for their country after Hurricane Melissa. When I say playing, they have extra motivation. They have extra motivation to make this World Cup because of the devastation of Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica. So if they weren't, dialed in and ready for it before, I am telling you, this is like an extra gear they will come out with on Thursday, just to make sure they qualify, to give their people a little hope and a little joy of qualifying for the World Cup. So people kind of sleeping on this, but I think this will be a big factor, and that is why Trinidad and Tobago, we already up against it, and now it's doubly hard. It's doubly hard, and I'm not saying now it's impossible. I'm really hoping that Trinidad and Tobago could get a victory, because we need to win this one to go to 8 points, and then win against Bermuda at home to go to 11, to have any sort of chance at all to qualify. Obviously, mathematically, we have a chance if other results go our way. But as it is, once we take the full points against Jamaica, 3 points against Jamaica, 3 points against Curacao, we have a chance to finish second and go to the Intercontinental Playoff, which we will have spoken about already. So, yeah, it's all to play for. As I said, do or die. People, come out and support. Come out and support. And yeah, I really hope the guys are up for it, because bet your bottom dollar Jamaica will be up for it. So at the end of the day, hoping for the best, hoping that we can pull off the win on Thursday, and all the best to the guys, and really looking forward to this one. And yeah, and I'll do another video with the other Concacaf groups and the rest of the world qualification coming up. And guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, GSP on GSP Talk Sports, and comment on our way to 300. Help us out. Thank you very much.